Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition, to another installment of Hashtag Fade to Black. I am your host, Donnell Elamonte Morris. As you can see, one man show today. Hopefully, Beast or Mayo will come in the middle of the show, but we got something to talk about, and it is dealing with Juneteenth. You would think it would be a time for celebration, definitely a new federal holiday to be put in, but not a lot of things has came back positive. Definitely one story coming out of Atlanta dealing with IKEA, but I don't want to go too far because y'all already know what it is. First part of the show, I introduced the sponsor. I almost forgot. Real Chat Boy Popcorn, the only black popcorn company here in Washington. 12 different flavors. Yes, they do deliver. And I'm about to put the website on the bottom for you once I can find it. But Real Chat Boy Popcorn, we'd like to thank them for sponsoring this show. Here's the website at the bottom, realchatboypopcorn.com. And now let's go into our opening statement, shall we? If I can find the caption. So, ladies and gentlemen, behind me right here is Trick Dad. Now, for all y'all old cats out there, Trick Dad came around when I was probably in middle schoolish, middle school going into high school. I'm hearing one of the songs in my head, because baby, I'm a thug. This man right here. I think this was Monday, correct me if I'm wrong, made a comment about Beyonce. Now, I want to come at this very clear to y'all. I am not doing this or saying this because I'm a Beyonce fan. I'm not a Beyonce fan. I respect her and everything that she do. My girlfriend, she happens to be a big Beyonce fan, so I gotta watch my words carefully. But it's all in the fits of Beyonce, so I just want to put that out there. But this man been saying some very senile things, even before I get to what he said about Beyonce. I remember a couple years ago, this man had the audacity to tell all black women, you need to catch up because all the other women are cooking good food. Y'all need to catch up. Which he got, rightfully so, a lot of backlash for that. Because one thing you're not going to criticize a black woman is her cooking. Now, here he is criticizing a black woman, not to mention a highly successful, iconic black woman like Beyonce. For him to go out his way of saying that she can't sing. Sir, what concert were you listening to or watching? What songs of Beyonce were you not listening to? Or ever heard her do a cappella? I'm speechless where people just think because they got skin in the game that they can just say whatever they want and don't expect no repercussions. Definitely if you haven't reached the status of the person that you're talking about. Now, it's a difference in calling out people that reach that status that don't deserve it, that found out that they can't sing, or that they can't rap, or that they can't shoot a basketball, that they got by luck. So many factors. But Beyonce has it. She's married to Jay-Z, which made her stock go even more higher. She got her own freaking clothing line with Adidas. I mean, the list could go on and on. I let the Beehive do that. But this is a perfect example of keeping your mouth shut. This is when clout chasing goes wrong. Trick Daddy, you are respected in the game of hip hop, as you should. slip and slide records. Your baby that you created, you put Florida, well, Miami, Florida, on the map. And now, for some reason, you come up with these, you know, come up with these comments that I don't even know if you were stating clearly what you stated or you really want the attention. So many things that's going through my head right now because we got too many people like Trick Daddy who just think that they could just go and just say whatever because they got skin in the game. And go at people who've been there, done that, still doing it, and still becoming highly successful. Trick Daddy, look yourself in the mirror, sir. And know that you're not the Trick Daddy from many moons ago. I know you got a radio show down there in Florida. Great job. But understand, when you say senile comments like that, you have to expect a lot of backlash. Definitely from the Beehive. You have to keep comments like that to yourself. And that not only just keep comments to yourself, understanding what you're saying. Like I alluded to earlier, Beyonce can sing. She can sing her ass off. How can you say she can't sing when she proved it on many different occasions that she can sing? Are you mad because are you pulling the what's a Piers Morgan? Did Beyonce left you stranded on a date? Or did Beyonce didn't dap you up when you seen her, or she gave you the cold shoulder, or she rude to you, which made you say these comments? That we may not know. But sir, make this be a lesson to you. I know you had to double down on your comments as you should, because now the Beehive is coming at your restaurant, even if they didn't go, was giving you a bad look. So may this be a lesson to you. Definitely when it's not backed by substantial facts, not even just substantial facts, but truth, you might want to keep your mouth shut. I respect you for being a hip hop icon, but even the icons need to sit back, know their place, and keep a lid on. So may this be a lesson to you, Trick. Because basically, what you did is in your first name, Trick. And with that, I yield the floor. Welcome to the show, Beast.
Welcome. And I gotta take a shot for that, sir, because that shit's funny. It's funny because I can completely relate to it because I work with an old nigga just like Trick Daddy. Now, in response to the whole comment about Beyonce, I can understand his logic. Let me play devil's advocate for a moment, but let me do it correctly. Now, I too, at one point, understood and fell to that logic. Felt as though she was more production than actual talent. And then I was blessed enough to be working in the Coliseum and actually got to hear her sing live. And I know one thing about live performances, you can't bullshit them. You have to come correct. And she did. And my entire opinion about her and her actual talent was changed right then and there. And I make it very known. I'm not a particular fan of her music, but I do not discredit her talent one bit. And I do not discredit her business acumen or her hustle. She got it, and she got it without really having to hold herself out like others had. and she got more. So respect. In regards to Trick, old ass, age does not always equate wisdom. And that's one thing we need to remind ourselves when we're blessed enough to actually reach that age. Because just because you were blessed enough to live into your 50s and your 60s doesn't mean everything you say holds value and substance. And yes, you can reach. Yeah, you in the game, but you ain't current. That's the equivalent of a 50s, 60s, or 70s era Hall of Famer really trying to talk down about the current talent. Yeah, you got some skin in the game, sir. You got a right to voice a critique, but you don't have the right to actually sit there and state that an individual or question an individual's talent or prowess when it's been many a moon since the talent and prowess that you were known for was showcased on a grand scale, or even on a semi-national scale. So be very wary of what you say as an elder. Keep it more in the professional and not the personal. And I say that because, like I said, I work with an old nigga just like him, and we're going through a similar situation of if y'all allow me a moment of truth, excuse my candor. How the fuck are you 57 years old and out here acting like a goddamn 16-year-old girl? Running and talking and telling on everybody to everybody. All that mean girl friend of me bullshit. You a grown ass fucking man. You are a grandfather. And you got the easiest fucking job in the world, and you still the slowest sack of shit out there. You are in no position, have no light or right to make any kind of personal perspective or intake or opinion on any fucking thing. Get your shit together first. Make sure that your current knowledge and current skill set and experience can match the level of whatever you try to pass up out your mouth. Because you get kudos for living that long. You know who lived that long? Usually live long? The evil and the ignorant. Because God just gives them multiple chances to get their shit together. And like Trick Daddy, you ain't been taking the knowledge and getting the hint. That's why you're looking like you're looking now. And this nigga could give Trick Daddy a run for his money in the looks department. So my little rant is summed up with your age don't dictate your wisdom, your experience. And your experience is only dictated by your current status and current situation. And current accumulative knowledge. That means recent shit. Last 10 years. With that rant, I yield the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the Turd Dome. This is hashtag Fade to Black. At first, I thought I was going to do a one-man show, and once again, Beast in the nick of time.
I'm gonna slide in like Eddie Kane.
I know, right? Speaking of that, so it's been a lot of backlash that's been coming from the Juneteenth celebration that happened on Saturday, and this is the one that really got me. The reason why I wanted to bring this up was because I do my morning show, and I started doing the morning show. BC, he watched a little bit of it. Elemonte in the morning. I did my show on this, but Instagram took it down because I was using music, so I didn't want to fight it. Whatever. So I said, let me just bring it on the show. Also talking with Teach about it too as well, because me and her talked about it. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just bring it up on the show. So what I got back here, this is not the actual place. This is actually IKEA here in Seattle. So I don't know if you're aware of this, Beach. You probably heard something of it. So, story from Atlanta. The IKEA down there in Atlanta wanted to celebrate what they did. They celebrated Juneteenth by first of all, before I jump any further, Beast, have you been to IKEA?
No, I can say I'm blessed not to have gone into a building that seems to easily confuse humans.
Okay.
There's so many stories about people just getting lost. Like I already don't like going. Like I'm an old school man, in and out, baby, like a bank.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, I got you. So the first time I went to an IKEA, it was with my girlfriend. I was like, okay, this is pretty schmancy. We went upstairs.
No, let's keep it real. You went with a female. Ain't no other reason no man gonna go into a building like that willingly by himself.
That is true.
Because I could take my ass to Walmart or Lowe's and just build them a damn self.
Right. That's just true. So we went up in there, and I realized you can't turn it around. So for anybody who went to IKEA understands what I'm talking about. So basically, it's a one shot. You gotta keep going. You got different areas. Just think of how can I put it? A furniture store, but bigger.
Yeah.
Walmart size. I wouldn't say Walmart size. I would say like a mall size. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mall size, where it's just like, yeah. And it broke it off into sections. And you can't turn around. You gotta keep going. Yeah, you gotta keep going until you reach the end. And so at the end, they have a food court where they serve their own food rather than like an actual food court in the mall where you got Burger King over here, and then you got this pizzeria over there, you got Chinese food here. It's
they got IKEA meatballs.
Yes. They got their own food there. So I'm giving y'all an idea for people who haven't went to IKEA before, and for those who've been there know what I'm talking about. So IKEA's food, not spectacular. It's all right. Their meatballs is all right. So, which led to this story. So they decided to change the menu to celebrate Juneteenth. Put fried chicken, collard greens. I mean, the works. Just think of you going to Big Mama's house, and that's at IKEA. So that became a controversial story where a lot of black folks was like, "What the F is this? It's racist as it gets." Hold that thought. I think me and you probably think the same thing on this because I'm gonna get your thoughts first. Then I'm gonna wait for my last. So IKEA went under fire because of that menu. And then just today, before, as I was setting up, they apologized. I saw it on Twitter. They apologized for the menu. So before I give my take, Beast, what is your take?
I got multiple opinions. First, you can jump to conclusions, and not everything is immediately racist when it's done from a non-black. IKEA is Swedish, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Sweden, Switzerland area. Those are like one of the few areas that remain completely neutral. You know how much of a fuck you don't have to give and the morals and cojones to tell the whole world, we don't give a fuck about what y'all doing. Don't bring it to us because we not getting in it. Gotta respect them. And they stuck by that. Like American patriotism. That being said, I immediately don't perceive any true racism. I perceive misconceived and possibly ill-advised racially perceived actions, but then that goes along the lines of how did the food taste? That's what now the fat kid is in me because I'm like, I mean, if the shit wasn't hitting, then hell yeah, it's fucking racist. Because I've had that moment. I told you the story. I had that fat kid moment. I've tasted culinary Southern fried chicken and was so fucking offended. I showed my black ass. I showed my black ass. That had to be the most racist thing I've ever done. A fat black man from the South loudly complaining about the quality of said Southern fried chicken. I mean, I was talking shit. Who the fuck back there cooked this shit? Y'all better not say it was the main chef neither. What student cooked this? Because that nigga need an F. This is the type of stuff I was saying. So imagine you was a black man from Seattle sitting in the cafeteria and seeing my country ass in there complaining. You probably feeling about 7 shades of shame. Like, why my peoples? Like, of all the niggas, of course the Southern nigga gonna complain about the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because I went to some chicken places here and they not hitting, and I'm like
you want to say something, you want to, but it's like as a black man, you're already perceived to like chicken automatically.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just disagree with the quality of it, then it's automatically not black enough.
Yeah.
They have the rights to start. Well, I'm sorry, we don't have any Old Bay or Soul Season back there. Like, so with IKEA, I honestly I don't see it as being racist. Like, truthfully, like I see it as them being sincere because they're based from a country that has just always remained relatively neutral and overall accepting of everyone. Because like they love everybody because they don't fuck with anybody. It's that type of situation. Like that's their neutrality.
So let me share the screen. Let me go ahead and share. I just found the menu, and then I'm gonna give my take on it because Beast, me and you are on the same wavelength on this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the menu right here, courtesy of TMZ. Even though I don't like TMZ, but here's the menu.
No, at least they're the most accurate. Man.
So here's the menu. You got fried chicken, you got Woolerman, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, and candy yams.
All those items are cookout / barbecue / picnic. Because if you're in the South, White folk eat the same fucking menu. Bird fucking Batum. I done went to an all-white school, and they done served that shit to us. And when I say all white, I mean out of 30 kids, ain't but 3 to 5 of us black.
Mm-hmm.
But I live 10 minutes down the street walking. But it's an all-white school.
Yeah, so I'm going ahead and jump in. So here's my thing about the whole entire thing. Once again, it's our people, knee-jerk reaction, not understanding the facts. They're just going off of, oh my gosh, this place is serving this type of food. And
did you try it?
Right.
This shit might be it. Shit might be it.
And then number 2. You're in Atlanta. Nothing but
they don't serve that regardless.
Right.
Thank you. No, because you just proved my point again. You're in the fucking South.
Atlanta, and Beast, I know you went to Atlanta before. I went to Atlanta. They got nothing but chicken joint places there. The Mecca chicken flavor down there in Atlanta is lemon pepper. And then also the best place to get wings.
About that lemon pepper now.
Right. And the best place to get wings is not Wingstop, because I think Wingstop is overrated. It's the strip joints. Atlanta people, Atlanta, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. Atlanta's one of those areas where the strip club food be better than most of the restaurant food.
Right. Real Atlanta dudes will tell you, and females will tell you, the best place to get wings is the strip joint. They probably tell you a couple places here and there, but they say, I highly recommend you to go to the strip joint and have these fire-ass wings.
Like, go on this day and this night.
Right.
Because Peanut usually works Saturdays, but he also works Friday night. So ask if Peanut in the kitchen. If Peanut ain't in the kitchen, then Uncle Elroy got to be back there.
Right. Or somebody that's good is working that day. And I'm just trying to, and look at McCary, yeah, same here. Wingstop is overrated. Reason why Wingstop is so popular now is because of freaking Rick Ross. But that's for a different story. But my thing is, when you go off the knee-jerk reaction, it's kind of like just shooting and you're not understanding where you're shooting at, or don't even know why you got your gun because you heard a noise. And that noise could be as simple as somebody falling, could be a crack on your because you stepped on your floor that makes a noise. Your foundation could be moving. It could be so many things, but you decide to go ahead and get your gun and you just fire. We need to get out this mind frame of everything being racist. I understand we live in a world of white supremacy. That is a fact. That is a fact. But some things you can just call it like it is. You can just see it for what it is. Like, for example, what happened to George Floyd? George Floyd was murdered. And Derek Chauvin got what he deserved. You can call that for what it is. This right here is not racist at all. Because this, not only this the food, not to mention we're in the South and it's Atlanta, this is also food that you probably go to your big mama's house every Sunday to get something to eat. Or you cook on a daily, maybe certain days. So I don't get it. Yeah, me too. I'd rather have Buffalo Wild Wings, say Drew. You ain't lying about that. But that's the thing. You eat this food almost every day, and you get mad for an organization like IKEA to celebrate.
It goes back to that. It go back to that fat point I made, because black folk are particular as hell. Like, we picky as a motherfucker.
Yes, we is, and that's what
especially when it comes to that food. Like, and a lot of us hype ourselves up with this preconceived notion, and it actually tarnishes the whole experience. Like, I hate going out to eat with black folk that want to nitpick with the waiter or make all these, well, it need to be like this and it better be like this because this is the way I cook it. You're paying for convenience. You're paying for the right to sit your lazy ass down and have everything served to you.
Yeah.
So no, they're not gonna put. And then especially when they say, "Well, that's gonna be a charge of." Well, why y'all charge? Because it's just a fucking business.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that because I work in the food service.
Yeah.
Work in the food service industry, and the movie waiting is real. People will fuck up your food if you piss them off.
Hey, look. I worked up in the food services, just for a little bit. I see some things.
You and I both know. I tell you, the movie Waiting is a true story.
Yeah,
folk do yes.
Yeah, because my mama, she used to do that, and then when I got of age, I'm like, Mama, stop doing that. Just stop. I said, Mama,
just chill.
Yeah, please, let's don't do that. But
we paying for convenience,
right? And so it just blows my mind that we go through these links where IKEA, and if any representative that's watched for IKEA, and IKEA, we're not advertising your stuff or anything like that.
We're just keeping it real.
You shouldn't have apologized. You shouldn't have apologized. You should have kept it moving. You should have just kept it moving and just be like, look, y'all go ahead and have it. I know what we did wasn't wrong. We don't need to apologize for something that people in that area already eat almost every day. We were just trying to pay homage to Juneteenth by serving that food. It's no different if it was Cinco de Mayo. They would be serving nothing but Mexican food. You will not hear not one Mexican jump and sit there and say, "Oh, this is racist." Like unless
it's terrible. Unless the food is terrible. If you go up there, the chicken bland as fuck, ain't got no seasoning. The collars still got runny juice on them, and y'all charging people for it. Then if y'all gonna serve some terrible quote unquote black folk food and then have the nerve to charge me for it, yes, bitch, it's racist as fuck. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
But if it's hidden, then I appreciate the love and respect for my suffrage. I definitely tell people to go holler at IKEA first before going to Walmart.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, if I'm sitting there inviting you to the freaking cookout and none of my food is hitting, everybody should have a right to be mad because you got people that literally will not eat the whole day until they get there. And if my food
serve up an appetite.
Right. If my food ain't here, I just ruined everybody's appetite. And not only did I just waste your appetite, I wasted my money burning all this mess that turns out to be not good.
You see the anger in my eyes right now?
Yeah. I believe anybody.
I've been starving myself. Look, I've been fasting. This was supposed to be my blessing. I've been fasting all day because I knew God was going to bless me with a plentiful bounty at this cookout. And you come over here with this bull, you devil, you serpent-tongued heathen.
Mm-hmm.
Blasphemous, sanctimonious, sacrilege. You be gone with you, Beelzebub.
So, like I said, the deeper in line thing is we just jump on the wrong shit. We focus our energies on the wrong damn thing. We focus our energy on a menu.
We focus ourselves on the safe and trivial.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
Anything that we can really blow up over will not face any true consequence. And by true consequence, we mean legal paperwork. Like, I'll kick up a fuss over here in Walmart because I know Walmart ain't gonna call the police on me. I ain't gonna take my ass over to Target to do that shit because they'll slap the cuffs on my ass.
Oh hell yeah, Target's quick.
See, you see the difference. Black folk automatically like we instinctively know where and who we can get away with the most amount of ignorant energy from. So any issues that we got that we know we can't take out on the said issue, something simple and silly come around, oh yeah, we're gonna invest every bit of energy into that because to them it's therapeutic and cathartic. They just don't want to fucking admit it. They want to hide it behind, no, this is an injustice. This is their appropriation. And no, it's not. Now, if they changed up the colors to the African flag and had a whole bunch of Juneteenth shit, like if they did the same shit that they do for Valentine's Day or for Halloween or for fall holidays, Thanksgiving through Christmas, then you can get away with that type of rhetoric. Because you and I both know, second you walk in, when that time come around, you know it when you walk into the store.
Yep. It's true.
So if they was doing that for Juneteenth, then y'all could get away with the whole racist appropriation bullshit. But no, they was just showing love. And they decide, hey, it's a holiday, let's switch it up.
I take a step further. Or if they had everybody dressed up back in those times, like had everyone that black employee dressed up.
That really would have been
dressed up as slaves and had all the white folks dressed up as, slave owners and all that stuff. That's when I will really have an issue. And you have the damn audacity to have them say, yes, Massa, yes, sure. No, come on, yes, ma'am.
No, that's when the same niggas. That's when the same niggas that's harping over this right now are the defenders. They're just cosplaying.
Mm-hmm.
As a nerd, I find that logic very offensive. And as a black man, I want to gouge your eye out with my thumbnail. Don't you say nothing stupid like that. You know, if they did that, that's racist, and you better speak up on some shit like that. But what this is questionable at best.
Yeah. And I mean, it is freaking sad, man. I mean, it is sad. We jumped the gun on this. I'm gonna put us in the category. We jumped the gun, and
I can't even say we jumped the gun because to say jump the gun usually infers of a situation that was already supposed to happen. So it's more in the terms of being premature. This is on some old trigger happy shit. Like y'all was just aiming for something to hit, and this ran across and y'all, oh hell yeah! Like I just like knee jerk, but because the jump the gun, that implies that there was something bigger behind this, and there was like the jump the gun on the Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah, but with this, it's like y'all just being triggered. Hey, y'all just looking for some shit to hit.
Yeah, and it makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no
sense,
and they know it. Yeah, and that's been a big issue with us too. We be reaching and we don't even freaking realize. I'm just getting my other phone so I can see us on YouTube. Yeah, it's freaking sad. And I want you to see this comment that McCary made. Since you was talking about Walmart and Target.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm. I mean, true. Because they feel comfortable. Like I said, where's the home base? Arkansas? You know you're going to see some crazy motherfuckers in Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they got billboards on the alt-right for white people only radio. That's how crazy Arkansas is. That's why I was
They still that old school.
Yeah.
You saw that historic, I should say.
Yeah, you still see that. It was a one video where it was a white dude that actually had a sign that says Black Lives Matter, and you should hear all the people going by. Like one people.
Yeah,
like,
I seen that video.
Yeah, that was an Arkansas.
Like, how dare you, boy?
Like, come on, you gotta recognize what race you are, brother. And only one, like a little girl came over there. She gave him a note. She said, "Well, everything you're doing is right and you brave." And yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
She's like, you better man than me. What she was
Yeah,
saying.
but but this situation here, for anybody who thought this was an outrage, because the new black media out there, they are already jumping on this story, say IKEA is racist and all that stuff. And this is why I have a big bone to pick with the new black media, because they're already jumping off this story. They're already sending, their minions out there to share this story about this
For
freaking
what?
a menu. And this is the new black media that's beating the old media. If this is news, and y'all sitting there saying this is the new news, this new information for black people, we are doomed. We are literally doomed, because this right here was based upon a menu that's celebrating a day where slaves were told that they were free after the fact. And a lot of y'all don't even know that history. I'm still learning the history. I guarantee you, Beast is still trying to understand history. So for us to sit there and go after IKEA, knowing that it's in the Atlanta area, in the South, I'm telling you, you're not gonna be a mile away from a soul food joint trying to be like, hey, like, let's serve some soul food. Let's put this on the menu to commemorate Juneteenth. But really, this Batman, for y'all getting mad at IKEA doing this, what do you eat during not even a cookout or a barbecue?
What do you eat Sunday? What do you eat on Sunday?
What do you eat?
What do you eat after church? No. What do you eat on Sundays? What do you eat after church? What do you eat at repasses, aka dinners after funerals? What do you eat on random get together? What do you eat when you just want to feel like shutting folk up and go to a restaurant like a chicken spot? What you get? Chicken, potato salad, and or coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and or some beans.
Or if they do have yams available, okra, fried okra.
Come on now. Let's
come on. Fried okra. Hey, look.
Come on, man. Come on, skinny man. Come on, skinny man. Come on, skinny man.
Mac and cheese. The good cheesy ass mac. I'm not talking about that mac and cheese where you stick your fork up in, the whole thing come out with it. I'm talking about the one with the cheese. Just the pull game is crazy. And not to mention the juices as well in the mac and cheese.
Look, oh my God. No, we talking about food. We talking about food that you eat that's so good you gotta take on racist traits that you don't even realize. Because the macaroni is so goddamn good, it's so cheesy. That thing be strangling like the freshest of Italian, like true Italian New York pizza that you gotta hit the bowl up here.
Yep.
Scoop it up, get prison.
And the paper plates, not even the plastic plate can give that food no justice, because you have to. You make big scoops. Y'all, we eat those things on those occasions that we mentioned: family get-togethers, Thanksgiving, Christmas. When you want to shut the kids up, family reunions. The list goes on and on. Even military units down there in freaking Atlanta have soul food joints when they want to get the crew together. And y'all are mad at IKEA? Like, see, y'all, I'm going to get to the part that I'm going to talk about it on the second half of the show, but IKEA didn't do anything wrong. You can come at us all you want to, say we cooled it up. I don't give a damn. IKEA shouldn't have apologized. Y'all keep listening to the new black media that don't produce any news at all. Y'all going to be the doom of us. We're doomed. If they are a source of our information, that mainstream media is not giving us, which they use in mainstream stories to put their opinion part to it, we're doomed. We
How can I
are
say this?
doomed.
Ain't nothing simple about true knowledge. Ain't nothing simple about the truth. It's deep and complex and intricate and nuanced and existential and a whole bunch of other fucking big words. It just means to say it encompasses a lot of things that can and will go beyond your current level of cognitive thought and comprehension. But that's okay. You should not run from it. Don't think just because this is easy to digest and it's easy to conceive and comprehend that it's the true knowledge. It's easier to go to McDonald's and get you a double cheeseburger every day. And yeah, those shits is real easy to wolf down. Are they truly healthy for you? Do they truly give you the nutrients and the protein and the vitamins that your body needs? Does it truly help excel your essence? No. You have to get a little more deep, a little more complex, what your dietary means. You're gonna have to step outside the comfort zone. Stop thinking that that just because I get it, they make it easy for me to get. Don't mean they know what the fuck they talking about. A lot of people thought that Bill Nye really was deeper into the science game than what he really is, mainly because of that show. And he has his focus in general science, which is like a general practitioner in medicine. But do they know more than a cardiologist or a urologist or anesthesiologist or a pediatrician? No. So why would you just immediately go to them and take their word as the end all be all? You wouldn't. You take your ass to one of them other specialists. Why? Because they're special. They took the time to actually invest. They're not just out here trying to cover the entire media. No, they're more intertwined with the news aspect or the narrative as we are. That requires a little more depth on our end, and that requires a little more depth on your end as the viewer and consumer. But the knowledge that you truly want to get and the enlightenment that you're truly trying to seek is found more on our end than the trendy and notable.
Say that again. And with that, we're going to go take a commercial break. Once again, IKEA, you shouldn't have apologized. You shouldn't have. I understand cancel culture and all that stuff, but you should have apologized.
To anybody at IKEA, I will speak on behalf and as representative of true black folk out here. We only gonna really think it's racist or be offended if the food was terrible.
Right.
Now I have safe presumption. Y'all was in Atlanta. Y'all probably most likely reached out to a couple of them. Y'all definitely didn't use your in-house chefs. Y'all didn't use the chefs y'all made for them. Y'all make them meatballs with. Y'all outsourced. I'm pretty sure. Most companies usually outsource for events when it comes to catering. That's considered catering. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. I concur.
So unless the food was crappy, and y'all more than welcome to freeze dry, send me whatever the hell that y'all had that day, and I will live unbox it and heat it up and eat it, and I'll let you know for sure. I ain't gonna add nothing to it. If it's terrible, I'll be honest with you. If it's okay, I'll be real with you. If the shit slap, bitch, I'm gonna let you know.
You know it. And with that, We going to take this commercial break and we will be right back.
Yes, sir.
Beast, please forgive me. All that food was got me home. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh wow,
Be there with sometimes.
Beer chub boy popcorn. I got hot cheddar. Woo! This sucker's hot. Ladies and gentlemen, the website is on the bottom. Order your popcorn today. Ooh, it's sucker's hot. I'm sorry. I'm so hungry right now.
That moment.
I know. All right, so now let's get into some to the second half of the show. So to carry on with the story with IKEA, this segment over here is mainly talking about Black sensitivity, where we just jump at everything that is racist with no rhyme, no reason, and then also, Beast, you made a perfect point too. So let's say IKEA did what analogy that I did, that I said about everybody, all the black folks was dressed like slaves, and all the white employees.
You got every right.
Then you have every right to say that it's racist, but also you hit on another good point too, because you would have some of them that be like, well, it's just cosplay, playing the role, playing the character, and all that stuff, which lies in with Black sensitivity. How can I put it? I compare our trauma with an abuse as an abusive relationship.
Stockholm.
Right. Where the girl or guy, who just gets smacks, gets beatings, either physically or verbally. And they just basically just say, oh, they just love me. They did love me. They just showing how much they love me. I should never did it. And you just get, maybe it's me, it's my fault, until that one day they have that Tina Turner moment where they just break out of it and says, I just want to whip your ass. But I don't even think we're at that point yet. Where when somebody could just raise their hand up just a little bit, and it could be just a high five, and you just flinch like, oh my gosh, you about to hit me. I think that's us, majority of us, when it comes to seeing things like this, when it comes to racism, when it comes to things like IKEA. Now IKEA, it was way overblown, but there's been many,
You were.
events. There has been many events where we just jump off the handle for actually no reason, but then we do our stupid ass, wretched ass shit, you know, and
We want that
people,
sympathy.
yeah, and people criticize us about it, and then all of a sudden we get mad. You gotta have, you can't have it both ways.
You cannot.
You got, you have to. We just got to understand. I'm not trying to take a conservative talking point when I say this. What I'm saying is, when we see things like this, I'm gonna continue to use the IKEA situation for an example because that's a perfect piggyback. When we see things like this, make sure we do our due diligence and understand what is going on. Understand why they're doing it. Understand when they made this decision, who was the ones that said that this was a go. We just
So they
can't
thought,
sit
it
here.
might have been a black person that they okayed it.
Right, and see, what's going to lead into my other point. When you go to Atlanta, you see a lot of black businesses. It's basically a chocolate city.
Yeah.
Even when you got businesses like IKEA, majority of their staff is going to be black, and it's not only just from the workers. I'm talking like senior officials.
Has liable to be a black-owned franchise.
Right, and so people got to look into those type of things too as well before we just jump the handle. And like I said earlier, if they was gonna do it all out and play it all out, then that's an issue. Then we have a problem. But we just can't just do this knee-jerk reaction and just be like, oh, we're cool with it. Like, I'm gonna use another one. We all like sports. We all like football. We all like basketball. Right now, currently, the NBA Finals is going on right now. I think it's Milwaukee Bucks are playing the I give it say Falcons, the Atlanta Hawks right now. And people don't understand sports stems from blacks, like boxing. People don't understand little kids for white people enjoyment, mainly the rich white folks, entertainment. They would get little black kids in the ring. Anybody saw Get Up, where James Brown was in the ring full of other young kids, arm tied behind their back. They got one boxing glove on and they blindfolded, and they basically just be told go, and they just keep punching each other. And the way to win is to knock every single one of your opponents out, and they will just win. Not that much money.
Last man standing.
Basically. Sports has always been like this for black people.
Yep.
Look at freaking college. Nobody don't talk about back in the day. I'm not, I'm gonna make it racial. When people talk about mainly college, when they talk about back in the day, like back in the 30s, back in the 40s, back in the 50s, do you think people care what happened back in the 50s, 60s? I mean, literally think about it. Think about not even just college, but football and NFL in general. When you think about your team's history, when you think about your team's history, do you even care back then? Nobody don't even talk about the 60s when it comes to football. Nobody. Like with my let me see, and it's a conference, and thank you, McCarry. Yeah, so my point is, nobody wasn't talking football or anything dealing with that era
Till black folk got there.
before the 70s. Until black people got there. When they started having black,
the party ain't the party till I walk in.
basically. And when black people finally started to come into the league, even when Jackie Robinson was playing for, I think it was Bruins in college, people don't mainly talk about that as much. So right there, even when they have little black people here, black person there. Nobody talked about it until the 70s and to now. Even if you watch the Columbine, they have the measurements and all that stuff, how they measure the players
Slavery.
all that stuff, all that stems from slavery. It took me a while to understand that. So that's why I think it's hypocritical when you have people that sit there and say, well, keep politics out of sports. Sports is political, period. And then also you got players out there that understand just because I make millions of dollars just to entertain your ass, when I get pulled over, you're not there to sit there and tell the cops to stop. Because the one thing that's going to come out your mouth when you see my mug shot on the freaking 6 o'clock news,
I knew that nigga was nothing.
Bam. Right there. And now y'all like, well, maybe that
just like his car.
Mm-hmm. Now I hope old buddy takes his spot. I hope he does good. I hope he doesn't speak politics. Or they just looking at the draft. They're just looking at that one promising kid from college. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and get him. So it just blows my mind. And so we get mad about things like this, but we entertain and we give a lot of money. And like I said, I'm at fault at this too. And I believe Beast is at fault at this too. So I'm not sitting there saying
we got to take off on it.
We got to address this. Keep the same energy. Because you going off on IKEA for that menu while you waiting for the NFL season, buying the jersey, buying the merch, when majority of the sports is based upon slavery, and that once was the elites, the white elites, enjoying this for their pleasure. Not for everybody, but for their pleasure. They just realized we can make a whole lot of money from this. Tell me one millionaire that owns an NFL team.
Besides Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones and everybody else are billionaires. You ain't gonna find a multi-millionaire owning a football team franchise. What about the NBA? What millionaire owns a freaking basketball team? My point is, they found a way to make more money, and they just realized, also we got to start paying them. We can pay them a lot, because if we pay them, the more we gonna get investments. So why do you think that when NFL players say, I'm just gonna sit out, unless that they're gonna sit out, that some of the freaking owners like, okay, sit out, unless that player is a difference between them winning and losing.
We're talking about profit wise.
Right. Think about that. Like, once again, I'm gonna use the Cowboys for example. When Emmitt Smith, when he set out, because he didn't get paid enough, and I think this was before they did the salary cap. Emmitt Smith said, I want this amount of money. Jerry Jones wasn't budgeting. So he said, you know what? I'm going to sit out the first few games. I'm going to hold out. And damn it, he held out, and we struggled. And Jerry Jones saw that, and he was like, okay, man, what you want? He said, I
need you, nigga.
Yep, basically. Gave him the money, and we ended up winning the Super Bowl. Like with your Steelers. Y'all had that issue with freaking AB. Even though AB was a troublemaker. And y'all had trouble with y'all running back. What's his freaking name? God dang it, what's his name? I forgot his damn name.
I can't remember none of them boys' names at this point.
Yeah, and because they wasn't getting paid. They was like, I want this money. And the owner was like, you know what, we don't need you. And unfortunately, both of them went to a Super Bowl on different teams, which is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. You had to do it. You had to be a dick about it.
Yeah, and the point I'm making to each and every one of y'all, we have to keep the freaking same exact energy. Y'all just saw a menu, but y'all don't see the deep rooted white supremacy and racism in the NFL. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Now
still
y'all,
gonna watch.
no. Y'all see racism in a fucking menu, but y'all refuse to acknowledge the racism that's in your favorite pastimes and enjoyable leisure endeavors. You won't see that shit
And,
there.
and let's go to music.
Same with
Beast,
music.
Beast. I'm gonna go ahead and start, and I'm gonna let you do more of a deep dive. Like with music, the industry, as DMX would say, rest his soul. They control the narrative of the music. As much slave labor that artists, definitely new artists, got to go through, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Beast, I want you to go further on that because people don't understand that the freaking industry will rob their freaking like artists, no matter if you. This even happen in country music too.
Robbery is like an understatement to what they do. The nicest way is a good old fashioned prison rape. Forcible. No lube in most cases. And in a lot of cases, you have been bludgeoned. So you definitely see that shit.
And you still go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to add on and just say, and then a lot of them support these people. Like I don't want to. I'm gonna throw the Migos up in there because sometimes I'll be like, "Yo, Migos, what are y'all talking about?" You know, and I'm like,
that's the why you don't pay. I don't pay them no mind.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all perpetuating a lot of negative stereotypes that's going on here. And now you got everybody just trying to worry about getting the bag rather than understanding what the music is, substance. But yeah, go ahead. I just want to put that part.
Oh yeah, because you got those plants, those interlopers, those pawns at the end of the day, because that's exactly what the fuck they are. That's gonna keep perpetuating that because money make the world go around. No, money don't make the world go around. The gravitational pull, the electromagnetic pulse of the earth does that. Let's just be technical about that first.
Mm-hmm.
Money just facilitates the evil. No, I'll take that back. Money facilitates the vices and virtues of man. That's what money does. Now, depending where the fuck your head is at, it's going to be more in the virtuous or more in the vice life. America, very vice heavy. Few people feel as though you are incapable of being virtuous and still attaining that type of profit. So you definitely got to go in there with that shady understanding or acceptance. It just baffles my mind why people would allow that and feel as though it is acceptable. But once again, you're going for the bag. This bag is supposed to help me, but I told my homeboy that there's a gang member at the OG. I think the greatest thing that we ever did was actually go out here in the streets and sell drugs. Because now that we have survived the street life, I can take my ass in the boardroom and understand the third, fourth, and first quarter of the next fiscal year better than the rest of them. You can't fuck me over my money. Because I've seen the true depths in which a person will go to attain it and what type of character they will put upon themselves and the things they will freely give away just for money that is not guaranteed to last even 24 hours after, because people don't take into account everything else. Yeah, you getting your bag, but your bag may be a mid-sized little female tote, something that, with a little strap on it, something they can hang around their hair. That's your bag. But problem is, you've been putting in the work for the full trim, custom model, drape over damn near double as a sun bag for the summer, limited edition, 37,000 just for the trim alone. Gucci, Fendi, Louis Vuitton combo. You didn't even know they made that shit. That's the type of work you putting in. But you walk around with this little handbag because, yeah, you get into the bag. But you're not even realizing the size of a bag that you are actually supposed to get. They just throw you a bag and it's big. It's bigger. You've been used to fucking plastic bags and sandwich bags your whole fucking life. So when nigga give you a goddamn duffel bag, you feel like you're doing some shit. Don't even realize, nigga, you've been putting in the work for a goddamn carry-on. That's the effort you've been putting in. But now you won't walk around here with this duffel and think you have it. Meanwhile, your effort is in that custom-made leather Louis travel bag. Yeah, I got it as your manager. But you cool with your duffel.
Mm-hmm. And knowing that the freaking industry dudes that's sitting there give you the call and sitting there saying, hey, man, records are through the roof. But I'm enjoying 15%.
For it.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you're doing your 15%. Yeah, you're doing your 50% while they're doing your 85%. Not their 85%, your 85%. I mean, it's
which should tell you how stupid you are, because songwriters get a songwriting artist. Retards like NBA Youngboy and all these little fucktards out there, they get 50% of their songs because they wrote it. You out here getting 15. Even after, and I've seen even after I've equated the producer and the engineer and any other features, aside from my 50% that I get because of this publishing, I'm still getting more. I'm still getting at least 30 to 45% of each record that I put out. But, come on now. It's there. You just have to fucking look. Stop glossing over. And the second something actually does hit your eye, and you assume it's something. This is not a magic eye poster. You can't just let your eyes wander and it's like, oh, that look like that's a horse. Yeah, that's a horse. That's a fucking horse. That's a fucking horse. You ain't gonna tell me they ain't got that horse. No, it's not. Use your eyes better. Focus.
Mm-hmm.
Dig deep. Before you just go sitting here promoting to the world your findings.
That's crazy,
I get frustrated. We get frustrated when I see folk acting as men. Like, it's wasted energy.
Yeah. We should be putting our focus in what Teach was saying. Like I was talking to Teach earlier today. I said, Teach, all the things you've been saying have become to tuition because they go crazy for stuff like this and we got no agenda. Which
because the
for
agenda
me
requires thought.
Right. And so what I've been saying this for the show for the longest, I'm gonna continue to say Super PAC, Super PAC, Super PAC. But not even way before the Super PAC. We need to be putting our energies on building stronger families, understanding who our local officials are, superintendents of our schools. As you can see, all over the country, mainly in the South, they're trying to stop critical race theory from being taught in schools. And I do not see not one. I only see like a couple of like black parents there. Only a couple. Majority of them is white. And it's funny. It's half and half. You got the other half that's sitting there saying, let's have critical race theory. And then you got the other side saying, no, we don't want critical race theory. And this is white people. So when we sit there saying, well, we got everybody speaking on our behalf, everybody want to be an ally and all that stuff, want to piggyback off our boo, because guess what? They're there. You're not. It's a simple fact that you're not there to speak on your own behalf.
And let's ask a better question than that. Why aren't you there?
Right. You
Oh,
got
you
Love
know it's playoffs. Oh, you know it's a new episode of Love and Hip Hop, and I got to see what happened with.
They come up with excuses. Like, man, I don't even want to go there. They ain't gonna listen to me, man. It's just as worthless as voting. They ain't gonna do that. Like, dude, are you like nowadays I regret that my mom and dad we didn't go to teacher student conferences. Now I regret that. So when I have a kid, I know what me and my wife going to be going to. We're going to every student teacher conference. I don't care if my kid's on the freaking honor roll. I'm going, and I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna hear what is going on, what is being said, vote on stuff, whatever. But the simple fact is this: we have to understand and get into our heads when we don't know the basics. What make you think you know everything else? What make you think that you can sit here and mope and complain about shit when you don't know who's the mover and shakers are, or know what's going on in your neighborhood other than what you live on a daily basis? You don't know why you're getting taxed for having a soft drink. You don't know why the roads ain't being fixed. Why gang activities starting to rise up in my community. Why is this new condos being built across from me? Why my rent going up? And the first thing they're going to say is, let's blame Biden. Let's blame Trump. Let's blame Obama. And I'm like, look, and I was nice putting, Obama and Trump in there.
No, let's blame something I ain't gotta do no research about.
Right.
Call it for what it is.
Because I hate it, and we famous for this. We famous for this. We like to blame the people on top rather than go after the people.
Well, they run it.
Right, and rather than the people that works under them. Mainly the people that has the most direct effect on your life. And I don't mean that in a life or death situation. I mean,
example, what he said? As a parent, your child comes in with an issue about a specific teacher, has came in and told you several times about said teacher. Other children in the neighborhood have confirmed said story and corroborated the evidence, and you take your happy ass up there and go cuss out the fucking principal. While you got the superintendent on your phone cussing them out too.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And yeah, now one thing to get up the subject real quick, I didn't realize my mic was far away from me, and I was like, damn, I can still hear me. It was all the way over here. But
that's good quality right there.
That is good quality. But yeah, and everything starts with us, and it does. It starts in the home. It starts in the household. And if we don't understand the basics, we're not going to understand the advanced or the expert or anything else on the top of that. It's like playing Madden for the first time. Why the hell am I going to play all Madden? And this is my first time playing
ever.
And didn't even play. You might want to start at rookie and then work your way up.
Easy.
Right. Yeah, start somewhere where you can get you know what the controllers is, know what team to get, how to draft if you want to start a whole new team. You have to start right. You have to start somewhere. Why should I challenge Beast, who has experience playing Madden, and I'm challenging him, man, hey man, I can beat your ass. $100 said I beat you by 20. Beast gonna be like in his head, easy money. Yeah.
Madden rules? I'm gonna say two. I'm gonna ask you a question in 2 words. Madden rules? If you say yes, oh, that's your ass. Because everybody know what that means. That means we going skunk. Skunk. Mm-hmm. That means if I get 3 consecutive touchdowns on your ass, game's over.
Yeah.
If I go back to, if I 3-peat your ass on some touchdowns, that's it. Ain't no point in you trying to come back.
Ain't no
you
coming back from
can.
that.
You can.
But by the time you already scored 3 more times, you talk about like kind of like a freaking college team, like Alabama taking on a Toledo team that you never even heard of, beating them by 100-7, or lucky to get 14. But everything starts in the home, and also knowing your environment and knowing your surroundings. We just can't just go off the hip when we think it's racist. Should you speak up and say something? Yeah, but understand what the situation is. Like police brutality. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, and like with police. Yeah, like with police brutality, we know that shit's racist.
Yeah.
But a lot of y'all gonna come at me when I say this. But then there are some cases where the police officer is right. I said it. There are some cases where the police officer is right. Where the police officer he could be like, he could come up there like, how you doing, ma'am? And you got people that could be overdo it. Majority white folks. Where they calm, they patient with it, like, hey, license registration, please. Don't get an attitude. That's when comply steps in. Because you do got officers that actually do their job. They actually, like, I think one time I saw a video where an officer pulled this one brother over. I think it was a young kid. He started crying. He was like, dude, you said, you good? He was like, man, he said, man, I'm just scared. He said, look, calm down. He said, you want to get the car and breathe a little bit? And he was afraid. He said, please. And the cop, I wish I could find this video. I got to find this video. He was like, come on, step out of the car, man, breathe a little bit. And kid came out the car. He said, look, man, my job is to serve and protect. He said, I'm not going to hurt you. He said, I just saw you just made I think he made an illegal turn or something like that. He said, I just wanted to see what was your rush and all that stuff. He said, I'm going to let you off on a warning. I said, I don't want you to do that again, but I don't want you to think that I'm here, I'm here to kill you. I'm not. I'm here to protect and serve you, okay? He said, I'm going to let you off the warning, calm down. And I said, I'm going to stay right here until you calm down. And he let him off on the warning. He said, kid, calm down. He said, thank you and all that stuff. He said, you have a good one. He said, you take it easy out there. So
that boy shed a brick afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't get fearful? Like, I get fearful when I see a freaking cop car, because there's a lot of undercovers out here. And you know what undercovers I'm talking about, Beast. You know those undercovers where you think it's an actual, like, because they got the brand new Ford Explorers out here. And sometimes I had to look at them real closely, because like sometimes they would have like a regular license plate, just like a regular car, and you wouldn't even know. But you gotta look real close, because like you can look inside the car, you can see like the little cage in the back, and then also you can see the lights in the front. You can see it in the grill. And I'm like, okay. Because I saw one time I was going a little bit over the speed limit, and that sucker came on my back just like this. I was like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, oh, that's an undercover. Because he saw another car go fast and went right by me. But once again, talking about black people out there, racism exists. White supremacy exists. But made this IKEA situation be a lesson learned. That over-exaggeration is not going to make us seem serious. And which leads me to this. If we continue to do these things where we don't understand the rhyme, the reason, or the logic on why it's happening, we are never going to be taken seriously.
No.
We're never going to take ourselves serious. This is one of the biggest reasons why we don't get what we want. Number one, we're not that united. And number two, we do shit like this that even further us more apart. And we don't take ourselves seriously. And when we are not taken seriously, when we sit there and we say, hey, we want reparations, one thing they're going to be doing is like, is this Negro really telling me he want reparations?
Oh, y'all finally built up enough courage to finally say it out loud.
Y'all want reparations down. What
kind of reparations, huh? Yeah, what kind of reparations? Now it'll be another damn 70 years before niggas figure it out.
Yeah. Like what exactly do you want? And that's not even them being concerning. I'm talking about the politician. They're not even saying that to be concerning. They just know that we don't have anything. It's like all this shit that y'all say that's racist, that's not racist. Y'all don't even know who y'all local officials is. Y'all don't have a big influence in y'all community, and y'all don't vote.
No, you do not.
What make you think that I'm gonna do what y'all tell me to do? Really me that bad, man? How in the world you don't take yourselves seriously? I'm supposed to be serious with you. If you don't take yourself serious, I'm not gonna take this freaking proposal of preparation seriously, or anything else of that matter. Would you think if we took ourselves seriously, understand basic politics, understand family, understand strength in numbers, all those bills that's up there sitting in Congress right now, well, up in the Senate right now, one of them got blocked. You think if we was really united before Juneteenth became a federal holiday, all those bills would have got signed. And then also we would have people in Congress, people in your local government, in your state government will always have your issues on the top of the bill of every day, rather than just a talking point for political re-elections or an election. That right there in itself, we need to understand that when we don't take ourselves seriously, this mess is always going to happen. Period. And we keep doing sensitive stuff like this, just like with people who just always want to protest. They expect that. They're going to expect that, and they're going to continue to expect that from us. So going ahead, keep saying everything is racist. We know. But not everything under the sun is racist. Majority of stuff, yes. But not a lot of things like this one with the IKEA. It's not even that deep. It's not even that deep. Don't get caught up in the small shit. Basically what I'm saying, what me and Beast are basically trying to say. Don't get caught up in the small shit. It's not worth it. But anything else you want to add, Beast? I feel like I'm kind of like a broken record here now.
I mean, at this point, it's all we really can't do but reiterate, because niggas are hard headed, and niggas need repetition. Just listen to any successful hip hop song. Mike Jones comes to mind, but anyway, it ain't worth it. Look, if it's stupid and silly and holds no true merit or value, it's not worth entertaining. It's not worth acknowledging. No. Something, like I said, there's over 250 million people on this earth. If everyone now currently alive lived to see everyone else in this world, still wouldn't be able to meet every human being on this earth. So there's gonna be somebody in some random corner of this world that never knew you existed. Use that same mentality when it comes to trivial bullshit like this. It shouldn't even interfere or affect your subconscious radar in any way. If it don't hold no weight and hold no merit.
Ain't that something? And with that, Beast, we have hit the end of the show. So we're not gonna do no final thoughts today, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do the final points. So my final point is this: our anniversary. We celebrate the anniversary. Hashtag Fade to Black on Friday. I cannot wait. I'm probably gonna buy a cake. Probably might get a birthday hat or whatever. But you know, We're celebrating a 1 year anniversary of this show. I can't believe time really flew. It really flew.
It did.
But that's my 5 points. So join us for our anniversary. I cannot wait. I will have the cake. We probably might do memories, or probably might bring up clips and all that stuff. But yeah, can't wait.
It's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm. What about you, B?
My final point is I'm happy to see that go off, because I'm just in shock. Like, damn, it's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
So my final point: tune in Friday.
Almost
to celebrate with us.
I wish I could get a little bit of Mary Jane, but I'm still in the service, so that sucks. But cake is good enough. So speaking of that,
we'll celebrate your honor.
That's cool. I won't say I say all of our own. I just wish we have all the cast members. Seepaway, he's getting ready for the Olympics. I'm gonna see if I can get Mr. O and try to get Alan Bragg up on here. If we can get Bragg up on here to celebrate the 1 year anniversary, it will be well and swell. But other than that, it's time for us to head on out. I'm gonna watch these playoffs and see who's gonna be winning and try to figure out what the hell am I have tonight. But other than that, this has been another edition of Hashtag Fade to Black Day. As for my boy, Beast Johnson, and me, your greatest host down there, Monte Morris, thank y'all for tuning in. We will see you on Friday. Catch y'all later.
Yes,
bye now.
Peace.
Catch you later.